Morning, Siouxland residents woke up to a lot of damage caused by those overnight storms. Most of the damage seen in a couple of counties. KTIV's Nathan Price was in Siouxland in those counties affected most.
Well, Brooke, the early morning storms left many of the residents of Plymouth and Sioux counties working to clean up the damage. There was major damage to West Floyd Park in Lamar's, with trees and light poles brought down with heavy winds. Residents in Granville reported major damage as well, with damage to buildings and downed trees and power lines. City Council member Curtis Christoffel spoke with us about the damage and how the community is coming together to bounce back.
I would say we're probably 50–60% cleaned up. We got a lot of the big stuff cleaned up. We got a lot of little stuff to do. And then there's still several homes that need the roofs patched up. The whole community's kind of been a part of helping clean up, which is awesome to see.
And Brooke, he also tells us that the crews have been hard at work since 4 a.m.
Boy, Nathan, it's been a very long night for them. And can you tell us, was anyone hurt?
So luckily, no one was hurt.
Oh, that's such good news. And I do know there is a little bit of positive news too. You met a friend there.
I did. This is Tony the Hawk, at least that's what I'm calling him. Some residents of Granville found him all alone while they were cleaning up the damage. And while he's a little bruised up, he's staying strong, just like those residents.
Oh, he's adorable. Thank you so much, Nathan.